I always said, once Apple gets to 142, I want to start buying puts.
What you're about to see is a video snippet from inside the boiler room. Every single morning before the open of the US stock markets, I analyze dozens of stocks and then decide on the trades that we're going to look at for that day with dozens of traders. We all get together, execute trades, chat some, and make some money together on a Zoom conference call. Go to thepatterntrader.com/club to find out more.
On the top, we have the Russell 2000. This is the small cap stocks. And you can see we're starting to poke the nose out of this triangle. This formed a bit of a bottom here. Didn't quite come down on this leg and now sneaking out of, on the top here. So I don't know. This thing is breaking out to the upside. You have to look objectively at the charts. That's why watching the news and listening to these guys, the market is so far ahead of everybody. So we're starting to break out of this descending triangle in the IGV. This is the tech index. And this is where Microsoft is going to have a huge impact because, it's a little hard to see, but we're right at this threshold at the IGV. This 275 to 280. Is this a false breakout or does this keep extending and is this real? And, we could still get one of these where even if this is not, we could get an extended move before maybe we get another move in March or something. So this is the constant balancing act. But these markets are breaking out of these levels. And they don't lie. So, you can back it up and say, yeah, but is there a recession? Shouldn't we be on and on? So this is... you can see the S&P is just knocking on the door of this symmetrical triangle. And it looks a lot like the Russell too, where you have two bottoms here. Kind of didn't get down here. Now you're sneaking out the top. So this is where we're at. We're at these just very pivotal inflection points on all these indexes. They are starting to creep out. They're starting to bang on the door of a breakout, if not breaking out already. So again, today's after the market, Microsoft will come out and it will be extremely important to this IGV ETF. So, may have to wait for a little bit more. There's a couple of reversals right here. And sometimes, I just watch how does the market respect or not respect key areas? And it's already kind of saying, what, you've stopped being a factor. I'm already up here. I'm already kind of knocking on the door and ready to take this out. Apple, I'm watching and, I always said, once Apple gets to 142, I want to start buying puts. And yesterday, I think we went to 143 or 144. And so Apple, really at this proverbial inflection point. So on one hand, you see the market's running at, breaking out, but on the other hand, you see that Apple's just, in this bear pattern. And so this was the area right here I said that I was going to look at. And you got, right there on the nose yesterday. So this is this area of resistance in this kind of downtrend line. And then now we're also, in this area of this uptrend line. So, if Apple can, hold through all of this and start breaking out that way, then, it would really indicate that this may be this market setting up. But it's still... I still am looking at this through the prism of a top. And then, so as I've always said, I look at my structure and then I see how does markets respond. So you have this double top and then you barely go lower and now you're right back above a key neckline. And if the market doesn't respect it, then you get what's called a busted pattern. So we're, again, in this area where we're going to know very quickly And if something's not going to do one thing, it's going to do the other. So, we are at the moment of truth, and it's a little bit tricky to say, okay, I'm going to hop on board one way or another. You still may get a pullback here. And then if it does this, then, if this doesn't fall out of bed here, then it's going to go the other way. So I'm still on the fence, and it's going to be interesting to see how the week resolves itself. Do we end up with a reversal for the week or something else? So just looking for clues as to which way this wants to. But this is as close to a pivot point as we can get. This thing is very mature. This is also in an ascending, broadening pattern. And that's the thing. I watch these patterns, and then I watch how does the market react to these patterns. So this is an ascending, broadening triangle. Now, these things can be neutral, meaning that it can be, this was an uptrend leading here, and we hit the bottom of it, and we can go and make a new high. Or this could be a reversal, in which case this thing would come back to the lows. So that is, this is kind of what I've been waiting for. Apple is, the ball game. So I can't really tell right here. But the more it kind of starts disrespecting or see how it banged exactly yesterday to the high of this thing and then fell back a little bit. So we just kind of have to watch it in this area. And I don't think you have to do anything quite yet, but how this kind of negotiates these levels is going to be a big indication on the overall shooting match.
Hey, if you would like to trade alongside me every day and join our most prestigious program, then head over to thepatterntrader.com/club for more information.